I'm with Derek Bell, motorsport legend, 5-time Le Mans winner, 3-time Daytona 24 Hour.
That's right.
And many-time race winner, 2-time world champion in world sports cars. And we have your helmet here, Derek, or this helmet design. I want to know a little bit about how you came up with your helmet design originally, and it is a pretty simplistic design based on, what they were like more in the 1980s versus today.
Yeah, well, back in the early days, they were invariably plain. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a white one, I had a silver one, and a yellow one. I remember I had a yellow one when I was at Ferrari, which is 68 and 69. And then yellow seemed to be, somebody said that's an unlucky colour because Joe Slesher, the Frenchman, had an accident at Reims and Rouen, and he died there, and yellow was his colour. So I was, very happy not to have that colour anymore. And I went to white, and of course, my colours, I would say I didn't have much on my helmet, open helmet, because we went to these, obviously around about the early 70s, but I couldn't tell you exactly when. And of course, once they did that, you had a bit more helmet to play with. Mm-hmm. And it's the British colours. It could also be the American colours, but it coincides.
Yes.
But I have the Union Jack on the front.
Yeah.
And I always wanted for that. And then from that, I guess we put these colours on. And then, of course, I wanted to be a bit orange because I don't know if it's because of my association with McLaren. I wanted the red, a bit orangey.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then of course in the 80s I was racing with the Rothmans Porsche, and somebody said let's put Rothmans on there.
Yeah.
And then at another time I had Virgin for the whole really of my era. I had Virgin sponsorship, and then as you can see
Lowenbrau's
down
on
there
there
you can
too.
see Lowenbrau, which is with the American sponsors. So I wouldn't have worn this in England.
Right.
In America I had Lowenbrau around here. And so Lowenbrau was the sponsor, and I won a lot of races in America.
Yeah, of course.
With Al Holbert with those colours.
In the IMSA series.
And the IMSA series and that sort of thing. So, I'm just like, to me, I know, of course I know it's my helmet, but people that follow racing would know that's my helmet.
Yeah.
The thing today is in Formula One, you can't tell, they change each race, and I think that's crazy.
Back in your day, you probably only had maybe a couple of helmets a year, right?
That's right, yeah.
And
exactly.
You wore them quite frequently, and of course you were one of the main factory drivers of Porsche.
So you're in them a lot, But you never wore two helmets in a race. I never, because they would get sweaty, but you nearly always wore a Nomex hood anyway.
Yes.
So that was all right.
And it's pretty iconic. I remember as a kid, the Rothmans Porsche, I had like a small model car. And,
that's right,
And it was a 962 Porsche. It was number 2 Rothmans Porsche, and to me it was Derek Bell. It wasn't Jackie Hicks. I played with that thing a lot at Silverstone as a little kid, and some guy tapped me on the shoulder. He goes, that's an expensive model, you shouldn't play with that. I was like, I know, but I'm being careful.
That's why I'm playing with it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool. You got to play in the full-size cars. I got to play in the little cars, but great memories for all of us, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.